When you are working with clients who have maybe each spouse has separate property and they have community property, are you talking to them about, we're talking about trust planning. How many trusts are advisable in the situation?
Right. That's really interesting. And I think it's very specific to the clients, the assets, the duration of the marriage, if it's a second marriage environment. If it's a second marriage and there's separate property, I often, if there's kids from the first marriage, I'll lean towards each of them having their own separate property trust and one community trust.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think it varies greatly depending on the client's situation. But sometimes there will be 3 trusts for a married couple. Their husband has a separate property trust, wife has a separate property trust, and then a community trust. And I don't mean to be, heteronormative. That's just shorthand for one spouse, the other spouse. Same would be true for a same-sex couple. But it can be done in one trust. And I think that probably you do that sometimes too.
Right. Particularly first marriage.
Yeah, exactly. You don't have to be a blended family to have separate property.
Right.
You could just come into your first marriage with separate property. And there are no stepchildren. All the children are of the 2 clients who are in front of us.
Right.
Sometimes it makes sense to keep it simple.
Right.
With just one trust.
Right. And for those clients, I see the distinction of separate property and community property. Really, their intention was in the event of a divorce, because when they pass, they intend everything to go the same direction. Right. So those estate plans to do one trust that holds separate property of each spouse and the community property, I think makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, that's a really excellent point, especially when the plan is I'm leaving everything to my spouse, whether it's community or separate. Really, do you need to mess things up or complicate things by having a whole other trust? Right. Probably not. Yeah, that is a really excellent point.
Thank you for joining us today for another episode of Absolute Trust Talk Live. If you enjoyed listening in, then don't forget to subscribe. You can find us on Apple Podcasts or wherever you may listen by searching Absolute Trust Talk. While you're there, we would also love for you to leave us a review. And then why not share your favorite episodes with family, friends, or colleagues too? You can find all of our shows and corresponding show notes by visiting absolutetrustcounsel.com. You'll also find a variety of other free resources, including our ebooks, videos, blogs, presentations, and more. If you need help with your estate planning or administration, we also offer a free discovery call to help get the process started. You can find more information on booking your session by visiting absolutetrustcounsel.com/scheduling. Don't forget to keep an eye out for our next live episode. If you join us for the broadcast, you can submit questions during the show. But if not, don't worry. You can always get in touch with us by sending a quick message to info@absolutetrustcounsel.com. Thanks again for listening. We'll see you soon.